Audience, welcome back to Business Today with Wes. We're thrilled to be talking about talent, accounting talent. It's in the news. It's on the minds of both students as well as those who employ them. Accounting, being a CPA, and our purpose is today's topic, and I'm thrilled to be joined today by Noel Bowers. Noel is a partner here at PwC, my fellow partner. She is a leader across the profession. You serve on the board of NABA, serve as their secretary. You're also involved in the AICPA for a number of years in different roles. You're currently a trustee for the AICPA Foundation. You're active on campus. You speak widely about the future and inspiring the next generation of talent. Noel, thank you for being here.
I'm so grateful to be here, Wes. Thank you for the invitation. Your intro made me sound so big and voluminous, but I'm just...
Noel, you are big. That's for sure.
You know, I like to think of myself as Noel from Detroit, who resides in Atlanta, that's just here to take it day by day and contribute to our profession and the world as a whole. I have a personal passion and purpose to leave this place better than when I got here, and whatever that means, brick by brick, helping out the greater good.
Well, Noel, you are certainly building for the long term, and you're having an impact on people. You got into accounting. You started at the firm as an accountant. You even started as an intern a number of years ago, and you've achieved leadership in many ways, but including as a partner of PwC. Give us a little bit of insight into why you decided accounting. Why was it right, and how would you relay that to others?
It's interesting because everyone looks at me and they say, you're so refined and you must have known what you wanted to do with your life from a child. And the reality is I picked accounting because a teacher in high school came up to me. She pulled me to the side and she said, you're really good at math, and I've seen you do our accounting packets, and you should think about going into accounting as a career. I'd never heard of it. I didn't even know what it was, but I kept that in the back of my mind. So fast forward to college. I went to Michigan State, and you had to pick a major. You didn't declare formally, but you kind of picked where you were going to start. And accounting was the first major there. It was in alphabetical order. And I said, oh, I remember my teacher said that I might be good at this. And so I picked it. I really had no idea where it could take me, what I needed to do to succeed. But those two things combined, I felt like it was some sort of sign that maybe this is where I should start. And I've loved it ever since.
The power of suggestion, in your case, is really impactful. Same in my case, I was inspired by a professor. How do you see then, as a leader within the accounting profession, that power of suggestion and impact on others?
I think it's important to introduce accounting to individuals that may otherwise not have ever heard of it or heard of the possibilities. You know, when you think of accounting, a lot of times people think of the boring accountant that sits there and crunches numbers. And so having a platform, I look just like you. Right? I am a normal human being walking through the world and society, and I'm also an accountant. And those two things can coexist, and it can be a beautiful, beautiful combination.
I love that point that accounting can make society better. It enables people to make important decisions, whether it's their business or government or in the academic space, not-for-profits. Accounting and accountability goes along with progress in an ordered society. How do you see the work that you do, maybe at a profession level? Like, look forward for a bit with our viewers, those big issues of expertise. Is it technology? Is it relationships? How do you see that coming into accounting?
Yes and yes. The beauty of accounting is that it weaves in and out of every industry, every culture, every background. And so if you know accounting, You can walk and talk in any room. And I think that our young future leaders should understand that that is your step into the door, and the possibilities are endless. The technology piece, that's an and it can take you further and further. And each skill set that you get, the relationship building, the critical thinking skill, those are building blocks on top of your pure accounting degree that just make your career have the ability to soar.
Yeah, I know you spend a lot of time with business leaders, whether it's the C-suite, you spend time in boardrooms, as do I. And one of the common areas that business leaders are focused on, at least today, is the supply of accountants. It's critical to the health of business. It's critical to enabling a business to go fast. How do you see the conversation with business leaders in the future? Are they investing in accounting? Are they investing in technology? Are they investing in leadership development? Or is there more to do there?
They are investing, and they all understand that it's important to business as a whole and to the success of business. They look to the professionals, the accountants, the CPAs to say, where do we go from here? How do we attract more talent into this great profession? Because I realize my success is dependent upon the accountants and the finance leaders. So we've got to take that leadership role. We've got to step outside and say, hey, this is an exciting profession. It is tough. If it wasn't tough, anybody could do it, right? It's tough, but it has its great rewards. And like anything, you can enjoy it based on what you put into it. What you put into something is what you get out of it. And if you put that passion and desire and hard work into it, it's endless. You'll love it. Like me, you'll be smiling like the both of us talking about accounting.
I love it, Noel. So I'm going to transition us. You mentioned being a CPA. Accountants have a choice. Accountants can choose to have a great career as an accountant. And some accountants decide to be licensed as a CPA to have the privilege of providing services to the public, for the public to rely on. That's the essence of being a CPA. It brings purpose. I love, by the way, the hashtag CPA stands for hashtag coolest profession around.
I can co-sign that.
How did you make the decision for yourself to study, to become licensed, to practice, and to earn your license as a CPA? Take us through that journey.
Yeah, I have a cute little analogy that I use for CPAs, and I look at it as if it's a cake, right? The accounting profession is the cake. It's the base of the treat, the dessert. Who doesn't want a little frosting?
I love that.
The CPA is the frosting on top of the cake. And there are plenty of people who enjoy just the cake, and we need the cake as our base. But if you want to add the little razzle dazzle, why not go forward and get your CPA? It adds trust. It adds a layer of sophistication that when you walk into a room and you have your CPA designation, they know that you have an opinion that is valuable. It's rooted in trust. Mm-hmm.
It's such a great point. And I know, you know, as I do, there are nearly 700,000 CPAs around the world. It is a license, it's a credential that carries weight. Let me move us then to, from accountants to CPAs, like where do you see purpose coming in? Is the CPA delivering more to the public around areas, whether it's climate or AI or privacy, in addition to those core areas like a tax return and a financial statement, audit or review or compilation? Take us through like your view of the future for CPAs who have that public mandate.
Just like any profession, there needs to be an evolution. Mm-hmm. We already have the credibility. We have the trust from society. And so as the world is changing, there are new topics that are important to not only the world, but the corporate world. And they need that validity. They need to be able to know that what someone is putting out into the public atmosphere, it comes with fact-based statements that have been verified by someone they can trust. And who better to do that than a CPA that has spent hundreds and hundreds of years building up that credibility to also add that specialty to their niche.
Such a great point. We talked about the role of expertise. We talked about integrity, objectivity in our work. I know we've worked together with PwC in our respective roles as partners at PwC, investing in a whole series of actions to enhance the confidence in the profession, in accounting, in CPAs. We announced our commitment to invest 1 million hours in the future of talent to make sure that the talent of tomorrow sees the value today, that they see the need and the passion that we all have, and they too could enjoy because of the purpose of our work. 1 million hours starting at high school levels, translating into colleges, spending time with persons who, like both of us, didn't really have a window into the profession at the time. And so at PwC, we're all in on the future of our profession. We're all in on talent for tomorrow. Maybe spend a minute talking about the work you're doing with talent. We already talked about a few of the areas. Maybe just build on that.
Yeah. And when I'm finished, I have a question for you, Wes. So get ready.
I'm ready.
I think that what's most important is introduction to the profession. I mentioned a little bit earlier about the possibilities, but the reality is with an accounting degree, with your cake, right? You can make this dessert so savory and sweet. You add on data analytics, you add on ESG, you add on a number of different things to add onto the layers of your cake. What I do is I introduce young high school students and college students to accounting as a profession, letting them know that it's not the end point, it's the beginning of your journey. What they see and what they've heard about accounting is that you get here, you're stuck, it's not exciting, but letting them know where our profession can take them and how exciting it truly is. I've been all over the country, I've been all over the world, and I started as an accounting student that didn't know what she wanted to be when she grew up. And telling that story and letting them understand that it's okay to not have it figured out, but you got to take that first step. And I might be a little biased, but I think taking that first step into accounting is a great way to start.
You're a role model for many, many who are coming behind you, behind us, for them to see what's possible, to see themselves through you.
I have a motto because for a number of years, I was walking into spaces and places and I knew I wanted to be a partner. Like that was my goal. So I made it. But I didn't see anyone that looked like me. And so my motto was always, if you don't see one, be one. Be one. And I tell that to the students and the high school students, the college students that I talk to all the time. It doesn't matter if you see yourself in these places. You can be that one, that first one, and others will follow.
I love that, Noel, because we all belong at the table. And that's the message that you've not only told, you've shown. You are at the table. You speak for so many that they too belong at the table. The profession is a big tent. We need everyone. We need everyone to feel like they belong. They see themselves here because it's truly a profession that makes society better. It starts with society being well represented.
So I promised that I was going to ask you a question. I'm going to talk about PwC as an individual.
Sure.
No one tapped us on the shoulder and said, you must do this, or what are you going to do about the future of the profession? And so from your perspective, why us? Why now?
Yes.
Why is it so important to our firm to make this kind of investment?
Thank you for the question. Our purpose at PwC starts with building trust in society and solving important problems.
I almost finished that for you
I
because
know,
it's so ingrained in our culture.
You live it. Because of our purpose of building trust in society, that starts with people. Our strategy that delivers our purpose prioritizes people. And because we have that view that people are critical to not only our future, but the impact that we have on society, we can't but invest in all of those who are coming behind us. We could take the position that we'll just hope that someone else does it. Or we can see ourselves for the role and responsibility that we have. We have the role to lead. We have the role to give to the next generation what those who have gone before us gave to us. And that is the power of suggestion, of inspiration, and access. And that's what we're doing with our investment of 1 million hours in the next generation. Because we believe whether they're at PwC or elsewhere across society, that their impact is essential for securing tomorrow for all of us. Mm-hmm. And that helps us build on our purpose. We build trust in society, we solve important problems, and there are plenty of opportunities for all of us. But at PwC, we step forward. We step forward because we see it's a needed place to lead.
I love the two things that I really love is the power of suggestion, which we opened up with, and access.
Right.
Because the suggestion then turns to desire. But if that individual has no access to step into that journey, then it's just a goal and a dream, and you can't go anywhere with that. So I love that we're combining both of those and really enabling the opportunity for folks to enter this profession. And the other piece I want to make sure that I reiterate is that this is not a channel into PwC.
Right.
It's a channel into the broader profession.
That's right.
Which, I mean, could indirectly impact us positively, but even more than that, it impacts our future generation of accountants and CPAs.
Right. There's a program that sort of brings that to life for high school students, Noel, I know you're involved in, and it's Access Your Potential Career. It's that thrust of accessing potential within a career. And our investment helps bring that to life for thousands and thousands and thousands of persons who want to bring an impact. So we're in that with a people strategy. Let me come next to top 3 items. Like as our audience is sort of listening in, they're thinking about either their role as a mentor of accountants or CPAs, or they're thinking about their position as just figuring this out. They're on the front end of their career journey, perhaps. So we've got both ends of the spectrum here. What would you say to them? Top 3 items as they think about their impact.
It's a great question. And I think about this a lot because I am a mentor to lots of individuals, and I take that responsibility very strongly. I think number 1, it starts with purpose and passion. Mm-hmm. And as a mentor of whether it's someone new in the profession or someone that's been here for years, if they don't know or understand their purpose, it's going to be really hard for them to have success. They'll be chipping away at goals that have no meaning behind it. You'll just be doing what someone else told you was the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And so step 1 is really digging deep, reflecting within self and understanding what is your overall purpose in life. How do you define that? And what are you doing day to day, year to year to live out that purpose? Mm-hmm. Once you do that, then surround yourself with people who not only want to see you succeed, but they care about you and they want to see you grow. Yeah. Success and growth are not synonymous. Mm-hmm. And so surrounding yourself with the right people that care enough about you and your success is critical. And the last one is super easy. Remember to have fun.
Yeah.
Life gets tough. When you're trying to be successful, figure out your career, where you want to go. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Life is about enjoying it and really, I like to say, riding the wave of life. And as a wave goes up and comes down, the folks that are riding that wave, they're having fun.
Mm-hmm. Noel, it is such a wealth of insight. Maybe to just replay some of that. Like we started with accountants, grounded on the expertise, the access, the place. It's a wonderful cake to start with. And CPAs, just the frosting on top. It adds something. But then also your point about access. Access enables all of us to create something bigger, to create a reality. It's more than just words, it's built on action. And I love your points about purpose, success, and growth, not the same. Mm-hmm. But along this journey, and it is a journey, we can find joy. We can have fun. Thank you very much, Noel. And to our audience, thank you for your time and joining us today for Business Today with Wes as we build trust, working together for a stronger tomorrow. Thank you very much.